Beans and corn porridge, also known as Adalu or Ewatagbado. Today we're going to be making this delicious dish, which is also one of the most popular dishes in Nigeria. Hey beautiful people, and you are welcome back to the Nikki Olori Cooks YouTube channel.
Let's go.
Okay, so of course our first ingredient will be corn. Now I'd really advise you to use fresh corn. This is fresh corn, but it was frozen, so yeah, it's not exactly fresh. But if you want to use, you can also use sweet corn, that is the corn in a can, but it will be really soft, so you have to be careful so it doesn't, be turn mushy. So here I'm just rinsing the corn, and fresh corn could take longer time to cook than honey beans. Yes, longer time to cook than honey beans. So you might have to let it cook on its own for a little bit before you even start to add the beans. So here, because it's frozen, I just did for 10-15 minutes. But if it's fresh, you might have to do it for longer to just reach, half time. Not completely soft, but like half time. Here I'm adding 5 cups of beans, and yes, I have a habit of adding dry pepper into my beans. It doesn't, make the beans peppery or anything, but it chases is a good repellent for beans weevil, especially if you have, issues with beans weevil. If you add, dry pepper into it, just little, it will really, really help and chase them away. You won't find them inside your beans again. Try it. Here I'm just adding some dried fish, because you can add any other fish of your choice. I just use dried fish. You can use even meat if you wish. Next, I'm just going to, the corn has been cooking away. Here I'm just adding the beans. So I'm just going to stir it and also add some onions. I'm also going to add some onions, a little bit of salt, and I'm also going to add some meat stock. Now this meat stock really helps. I really advise it, or you can just substitute with water if you don't have it on hand. And you can now also add the stockfish. Here I'm not going to add too many seasonings because we're going to drain this away, so there's no point in adding a lot of seasoning. We're just going to add things that we know are going to enter into the beans and the corn. So we just cover it and we let it cook till it's really, really soft. Next, we'll just carry it, and here the water has really dried, so I just drained it off. And then into that same pan, I added some palm oil. Now we're just going to make something like a stir fry for the Adalu, because Adalu, it doesn't end up being, a very, very porridgey. Well, some people like their Adalu being very, mushy and porridgey, but I like mine to be, midway, not too mushy but also not singular, so not like not, yeah. So I just do mine halfway. Here I'm adding some tomato and pepper blend to increase the flavor, and we're going to fry this. Some people always have issues with tomato and pepper blend because they always end up tasting the tomato, but it is because you don't really fry it. So fry your tomatoes well, until you see here that the oil has separated from the stew. That is when you know that it is ready. Then you just add whichever seasoning that you wish. I'm adding a bit more garlic, a bit more ginger, some turmeric. I just added my favorite spices, and you can add your favorite spice as well. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I really love Sazon seasoning. It is a very herb heavy seasoning, a lot of herbs, parsley, thyme, coriander, and it is delicious. So here, I'm just saying that you should be really careful with the salt because it could easily get salty. Though we are still going to add in the beans and the corn, because we already added salt to the beans and corn, you need to be really careful with that. So here I'm just going to when the stew is ready, I've tasted the stew and it's okay, I'm just adding the beans and corn in batches so that I can stir them in completely, because you want each and every corn and beans to be fully coated with the red oil. so it's going to be really really delicious. If you think that you still want to adjust your seasoning, you can do that here, or you can use a cheat code and add a bit more chicken stock. So why I'm saying that is because I still want this to go a bit together. I still want this to cook a little bit. So instead of adding water, I just added some chicken stock to just add a bit more, just a bit more flavor, and we're just going to let it cook for just a little. Here you can see, some smoke coming and everything. You know that this Adalu is going to be a banger, okay? Next, I just added my favorite grain. I added efirin. You can add spinach, you can add ugu, you can add, whatever you want. You can even add bitter leaf if that's your jam. So after that, just take it off the heat, and that is all. So simple, yet it looks like, if somebody eats it, it will taste like something that you took so much time to do and things like that. Next, I'm just adding my choice of protein. You can add as much as many proteins as you wish. You'll see that I added another chicken here. But you can add as many as you wish and just enjoy. So yeah, that is all, guys. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please check my channel for more videos, and yeah, I will see you next time. In the meantime, stay blessed. Bye bye.